All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh by Yashim, Yahweh Shai by Yashim, Rakah HaKodash, double honors to the apostles, the bishops, the elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well, and peace and salutation unto the hopefully elect. This is the brother Bakwasha, and really, I'm going to share a quick testimony, of vexation, as Scripture talks about, all is vanity and vexation of spirit. And so, obviously, during these pagan holidays in which this world is promoting, you really just can't avoid it. It's like literally, you're saturated, within it. And so, the other day, linking up with family per se. And last year, this time, during, the day in which, these Babylonians, celebrate the slaughtering, of our people, my niece had a boyfriend and they were dating, et cetera, et cetera. And for the most part, he seemed like, a regular Jake, and he didn't seem flamboyant or anything of the sort. Fast forward to yesterday, and my niece now has a girlfriend. And I mean, I can only attribute that obviously to, this hellhole in which we're in, but also realizing that our people don't want to come back to Yahweh Shemi Shai. So the Lord has given them over to their lust, and so just wanted to go into that a little bit because, that's a microcosm of a macrocosm of 2/3 of our people. And so, as I had made mention during this pagan, holiday season, our people are going headlong into all of these philosophies, these abominations and more confusion in which the Lord hates. And so we're going to start here in Jeremiah, the second chapter, and the 20th verse. It says, "For of old time I have broken thy yoke and burst thy bands, and thou sayest, I will not transgress, when upon every high hill and under every green tree thou wanderest playing the harlot." So going into, man line with man, woman line with woman, these alternative lifestyles, the Skittles community, that's what our people went into and still are going into, playing the harlot with these other philosophies: Christianity, paganism, okay, Mormonism, Buddha, okay, Islam. All of these things are playing the harlot, And so verse 21 says, "Yet I had planted thee a noble vine, wholly a right seed. How then art thou turned into the degenerate plant of a strange vine unto me?" The Lord's like, I planted you a noble vine, a holy right seed, the scriptures, Yahweh Shai, the way of truth, the path of righteousness. But our people just degenerated, continually wax and wax worse, to where the thing that is natural, they now made unnatural. And the thing that was unnatural, they've now made natural. Scripture talks about putting light for darkness and darkness for light. So let's get into this word here, degenerate. And then it's just a quick hit. The word here is
Strong's H 5494. Sword.
It says to degenerate. It says under 2, it says a degenerate branch or shoot. Okay. And matter of fact, let's just pull this up.
Degenerate.
Having lost the physical, mental, or moral qualities considered normal and desirable, showing evidence of decline. Okay. Immoral or corrupt person. Okay. And that's where our people are today, man. Okay. Utter corruption. Okay. Degenerate. Because when you come out of the ways of Yahweh Shemi Shai, as scripture says, roughly paraphrasing, you're entering into the congregation of the dead. Because through Yahweh Shai, this is the way and the life of the living. Okay. Everything else is dead. It's going to corrupt you because you're catering to your flesh. You're not fueling your spirit. Okay. Plus those are abominations. Okay. So yeah, I mean, just seeing it, vexed me a little bit. Not that I, care about, her or sexual orientation of the sort. It's just seeing, Babylon really work on these people, man. But, hey, as scripture says, it was written, 2/3 got to be 2/3. So, hey, to hell with them. This is Isaiah chapter 1. And let's grab verse 21. It says, "How is the faithful city become a harlot? It was full of judgment, righteousness lodged in it, but now murderers." Because what this now does is it gives the example to more and more people of this abominable work, of a woman lying with a woman. Okay. And what you're doing indirectly is you're promoting a death style, because there's no life that comes from two women. There's no life that comes from two men. Okay. And this is from all just playing the harlot, man. Just going into any philosophy, doing whatever you want to do. Okay. But those actions have repercussions. And the long term and the short term repercussions are death for 2/3 of our people, man. Okay. One more verse and then we'll wrap up. This is Isaiah chapter 30. And yeah, I'm just going to read down to the point. Verse 1, "Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me, that cover with a covering," because they are covering themselves. They are, encasing themselves, in enveloping themselves. Okay. They are taking on a philosophy or a doctrine. Okay. Or a way. Okay. It says that take counsel, but not of me, that take cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin. And that's all it is to it. I'm sitting in the house, full of women. I'm the only, male in my family left. All the rest of them have either been, destroyed by some sorts, on their own lust, and so I can only be wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove. But, my spirit in itself, I'm sure they picked up on it. Grabbed me a couple plates, watched half of the football, and I was out, man. Because the whole while, like, I really have nothing to talk to you about. My spirit doesn't coincide, with any of their spirits. My sister recently had her, I think, 4th divorce or something like that. Not that, things are supposed to be, right on this side anyway, but it's just the fact, you're around people that their minds are completely warped, man. They've completely gone into the way of Cain. All right. So yeah, but they do it to add sin to sin. Because can't nobody tell them nothing. That's where pride comes in. Scripture says pride goeth before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall. And they're going to experience it. They've already experienced it. That's why they try to latch on to these pagan holidays to revive them with more and more wickedness. Verse 2, that walked to go down into Egypt and have not asked at my mouth to strengthen themselves. See, that's the spirit. It says to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, because they believe that their protection is Esau, the so-called white man. They believe that their protection are these wicked laws and decrees that Esau has written. They believe that their protection is 9-1-1. They believe that. Okay, that's the strength of Pharaoh, Esau, the so-called white man, the modern day Pharaoh, okay, of Egypt. Okay, this place of bondage, double straits. And to trust in the shadow of Egypt. You see, because Egypt, was the only ruling, empire at that time that all other empires had to really acquiesce unto. Okay. And so that shadow, that monolith, okay, that huge, empire, that shadow is basically a covering or a protection. And that's why 2/3 trust into it, and not realizing that's not the biggest, nor the baddest, not the boldest. Okay. Nor is it righteous. Okay. Verse 3, therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt, your confusion. Okay. Because when Yahweh Shem Yahushua returns to judge this place, and they know it in their spirit. Okay. But then they're gonna realize that they trusted in the shadow of Egypt, and that shadow was ultimately their confusion and downfall. So I just wanted to go into that real quick, Lord will. It was edifying. Once again, call Allah, like Yahweh by Yashim Yahushai, by Yashim Rakah Wadash. The double honors to the apostles, the bishops, the elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutation unto the elect. Till next time, Shalom.